Who's gut show? Let's get ready to play stories. The Path of Destinies. Continue the game.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact.
The Iblis Stone, huh? Should I get the
corrupt
Iblis
its
Stone?
user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also,
Are you even watching?
his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Get the Iblis Stone, no more.
Renato finally realized that Lapino was a traitor to the cause. And
Fucking
maybe
Lapino.
Renato could use that somehow.
Oh, okay.
Renato couldn't quite put his paw on when he realized Lapino was working for the Empire. He'd never exactly seen Lapino sending coded messages to the palace, but he was sure. The rabbit had been on too many disastrous missions where he was the only survivor, or where he accidentally missed getting on the boat that went down to the abyss in flames. If Renato could prevent Lapino from getting back to the fleet with all the intelligence he'd probably gathered, it might be worth the trip.
Uh-oh.
How had they come to this? They'd been on so many adventures together. Lapino had talked Renato out of prison at least 4 times, and Renato had rescued Lapino from at least 2 lynch mobs.
I guess nobody's watching. Such a lonely girl. Confront the traitor Lapino. I'm getting beat up. I think I'm gonna play something like that. Delete this level. Learn more.
But he'd always felt that the rabbit resented him. Lapino was hilarious because he was so down on himself and everyone else. But behind the laughs, he wasn't a happy camper. Ooh, was this payback? Or did the Empire have his little white tail in a vice?
What is the Empire doing to Lapino? Is this a guild trip?
This chest was filled with reprints of the entire Sandman series. Reprints? What was the point of collecting those? And there was something else. Ravens were landing everywhere from dropships. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, the rabbit would give the Empire all the intelligence he'd been stealing from the rebellion, and they'd probably give him a medal. He'd have to be very careful about how he played Lapino. At the slightest hint of danger, the mad rabbit would take off like a... well, a rabbit. Every day he was getting better and better.
There's a traitor.
Bloody and exhausted, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing shuffling his favorite deck. Now that he knew what the rabbit was, there were a few things about him that Renato didn't find so amusing anymore. You sent me an urgent message saying that you're in danger. Oh, I am. The ravens are coming. Now, I got a clever plan to kidnap Zenobia. Renato wanted to clap shackles on the rabbit and shout, "You're a traitor, and I'm not falling for it." But if there was one thing Renato was sure of, it was that the core of the Sky Ripper was dangerous mostly to its user. If he could put it in the Emperor's hands, old Lysander III might blow himself and his fleet up with it. Yes, that was it.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Felt like a real hero, brave and smart. He told the rabbit all about the Sky Ripper's God's Eye core. "I'll go get the core while you attack Zenobia," he told the rabbit. "But wait, I've an even better idea. I'll get the core and you attack Zenobia," said the rabbit. "Right, yeah, that is better," agreed Renato. Perfect. The traitor would make sure the Emperor got the core. Now Renato just needed the Emperor to use the core. If he could only get something that the Emperor wanted very badly. Zenobia. He could save her and bait the Emperor at the same time.
Could I possibly complete this fucking game already? With a happy ending?
Right. Now,
I've been playing this game since last year.
Zenobia's invading troops, sneak onto her ship and into her bedroom and kidnap her without any of her dozens of guards alerting her. Then, he would rely on her love for him to convince her how evil her father was, so she'd run away with him instead of going back to her father, who was going to blow himself up. It did sound a little risky. But Renato had a feeling it would work out somehow. It always did.
Well, Renato, we always fucking fell.
his fur singe.
Ronaldo, where is your queen? Hello there.
Gogglers.
My name is
Renato hated gogglers.
Trash
It was
Connect.
almost impossible to sneak past them. If one didn't spot you,
I am
another one
going
would.
to keep everybody with love and pure light, because I am that beautiful. That is correct. My name is.
Renato was halfway to Zenobia's encampment when Lapino showed up. He was disheveled and distraught. They jumped us. I barely got away. Oh, they got the core. Oh, it was all going according to plan, thought Renato. Now he just needed Zenobia on his side. Yes, that was even better. The Iblis Stone. Zenobia could get it. And then the Emperor would have to pursue them. No. The gem would corrupt anyone. Even her. That's
Low
it, he
trash.
thought.
Thank you for watching.
Even Lapino. Even though Lapino was already against his secret master, the Emperor, he would try to make himself
Jesus Christ, the
Emperor.
way he's freaking figuring
The
out this
Emperor
whole...
would have... He was a super genius.
San Senor for the Iblis Stone, San Lapino for the Iblis Stone.
This is terrible, Renato told the rabbit. If only I had gone for the Iblis Stone. But now it's lost in enemy territory. He handed Lapino a map. It gives the bearer so much power. We can only hope the Emperor never finds it. What was that? Said Lapino. I think someone's following us. I didn't hear anything.
It's called
Rabbit ears.
Stories,
You go
Path
ahead.
of Destinies.
I'll check it out. And with that, Lapino hopped off with the map.
If you pay attention to the way this game is played, every time he tries to complete his mission or a story, and he fails, he dies, and he gets a second chance to start all over. In other words, he has multiple chances to redo whatever he's trying to accomplish.
The Imperial army run out of ravens.
Accomplish his mission, beat the enemy. This is my 5th, 6th try. And if he keeps his memory, so in other words, yeah, guess what? Every time he dies, he comes back and he repeats what he's doing, but he's remembering little by little everything he did. So, yeah, you know where this is going. He remembers a past life, a different timeline, etc., etc. All that bullshit everybody talks about. So when Revolver Ocelot says I'm Metal Gear Solid, there are no continues, my friend. It's a lie. Continue and try and achieve your destiny as long as you keep trying. Hey, remember your past mistakes? Correct them. and keep going forward till you achieve your goal. Which in this game's case is... What the fuck is
Renato
different?
slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. She was curled up on her bed. He'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She was made of smoke, and he noticed he had a very solid blade to his throat. Did you really think you could capture me? Purred a familiar voice. I just wanted to chat, said Renato. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He needs a sacrifice. Someone who truly loves him, to make a bargain with the lost gods. That's a vicious lie. He wants to bring them back. That's crazy. Why would anyone... They could make him immortal. An eater of souls. And with that, her eyes widened. She understood. Renato told her how he had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred. How he had slept in a burnt village. At midnight, the Emperor's victims had come to him in his dreams to tell him of the hideous eldritch rituals they'd been sacrificed in.
This is a game about different timelines, different dreams.
Eyes, their moist noses. You can't prove that. I've got a witness at the observatory.
Oh my god. Pay attention to the game, Trask.
He couldn't tell her, not yet, why he was really here. He didn't want her to be anywhere near the fleet when her father blew himself and the Pino up. So he told her about how the Emperor's obscene rituals had raised ancient artifacts out of the land. How he'd followed the appalling trail of the hideous horrors His Majesty had perpetrated for the sake of his own immortality. It was all lies. You've always known when I was lying. I always hated that about you, said Renato. Of the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them.
Don't freeze time.
Renato wondered what would happen if he jumped. Would he be rescued by an emergency platform?
Nope. Don't jump. Oh my god, I don't get items anymore. Is that hell? That means I'm already way beyond strong. Way beyond immortal. I am invincible. Hey Trash, thanks for watching. If you want to watch more games from me, I'll play something more interesting next time. This game is just fun. A good pastime. Everybody's sleeping. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Ah. Hey, Trask, if you could hear me, I was trying to play Power Rangers tonight. The whole night, and that stupid ass game has so many glitches, and every online match keeps dropping. It's like I got so frustrated I couldn't play, so I stopped playing. So I decided to play this just to make myself fucking happy before I go to sleep at least. I was like, I love fighting games more than anything, but god damn it.
Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic? Why? Would you join in? No! I'd destroy his books and I'd...
Screw you, Trask.
Oh, God. Okay, you're not completely wrong. They've resurrected one of his victims.
I play Power Rangers.
He's
Fuck
not
you.
exactly alive.
Yeah, nobody
He can
plays that
talk.
game.
A true witness, she said.
Jesus Christ, what happened? Yeah, good night. You traitor to the gods of Power Rangers. I go nobody plays the games I fucking love. I hate you, God.
Energy spheres. Easy to dodge, but boy did they sting if you didn't pay attention.
I haven't done this in a while. Why did that hit me?
Stay there. I'll forget the marshmallows. Holy shit, what's going on here? The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had taken special care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared at the carnage. He didn't want me to hear the witness, did he? I guess not. What's your plan? She asked. So, Renato explained his brilliant gambit. Sending Lapino to get the Ibla Stone, become super powerful and corrupted, provoke the Emperor into using the core against him, thus blowing up both of them, and hopefully the fleet too. Let me visit your council, she said, shaken. I want to help. Could he really trust her? Done it. He'd made Zenobia see how evil her father really was. He wished she didn't feel this urge to join in the rebellion. After all, he'd taken care of the Emperor, right? Yeah, but she'd always been conscientious like that. She told him she had to go somewhere first. So Renato gave her the location of the secret base, and they agreed to meet in the ruins. He had a very good feeling about this. What had Zenobia gone off to do? What was more important than meeting the Rebel Council? Had he made a mistake, sending her to the ruins? No. He knew they could trust each other. He could trust her because she never broke her word. And she could trust him because she could see right through him. Well, she'd probably be there well before him. She at least didn't have to fight her way through rainstorms of ravens. Don't get ahead of yourself, lad. As he came around the bend, there was Lapino.
Lapino?
Unconscious on the side of the path. And Renata could smell a familiar, sweet, smoky scent. Who? Zenobia. It had to be. She never used a combat spell when she could use drowsy gas. That meant she had the Imlis Stone. What would it do to her? She hated her father now. She'd kill him for sure. The Council wouldn't mind if she killed the Emperor, but murdering her father would destroy her. He had to get to whatever ledge she was on and talk her down from it.
Shows in the wrong fucking storyline.
When I build my castle, thought Bernardo, all my gates are going to open with buttons, and all the levers will drop rocks at your head. Long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. He was on fire. So far, so good. Checked to make sure his sword was still working. Yep. Renata remembered when the government had introduced the healing fruit. Some people said it was going to bankrupt the economy, but it seemed to work very well. Everyone in the council chamber was dead. Zenobia stood shivering in the courtyard, drenched in blood.
She's getting the Iblis before that.
He managed. They started arguing with me. I lost my temper and I wanted their blood. Not me. The stone did. Why did you take it from Lupino? I had a plan. You had a stupid plan, she said. I'm going to go kill my father now. No, you can't. You'll just take his place. You'll become worse than him. Get out of my way, or I'll kill you too. Board her ship and sail off. A few days later, the sun dimmed. A great void opened in the sky, like as the Iblastone itself. It stretched and ripped like a vast fatal womb, and a gaze, black and pitiless as the sun passed through the void into the land. And so the lost god Iblis once again came into his own, and time stopped. He had tried something bold and paid the price for it. What had Zenobia gone off to do? What was more important than meeting the rebel council?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Sending her to the ruins?
I don't want to do this again. Oh my god.
He knew they could trust each other. He could trust
This
her
game
because
is
she
getting
never
fucking
broke her
worse
word.
and worse every day.
And she could trust him because she could see right through him. Well, she'd probably be there well before him. She at least didn't have to fight her way through rainstorms of ravens.
Jesus
He thought about
Christ.
Hypatia. Oh, she'd been an amazing rabbit. She could talk to him about comics, and talk to her son about history and battles, and talk to scholars about the ancient tomes hidden deep in the vaults of the library of Rubar. Oh, Renato really missed her. As he came around the bend, there was Lupino, unconscious on the side of the path. And Renato could smell a familiar, sweet, smoky scent. Who? Zenobia. It had to be. She never used a combat spell when she could use drowsy gas. That meant she had the Iblastone. What would it do to her? She hated her father now. She'd kill him for sure. The council wouldn't mind if she killed the Emperor, but murdering her father would destroy her. He had to get to whatever ledge she was on and talk her down from it. For some reason, Renato remembered a fairy tale his mother had told him. About a land where only the apes talked.
Why am I torturing myself playing this game?
Long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good. more fun.
Why are you making repeat this shit? All the fucking answers are wrong. You're so stupid, you fucking game. Why are you fucking giving me ass empty ass fucking? Oh my god. Why is this game doing this to me?
Everyone in the council chamber was dead. Zenobia stood shivering in the courtyard, drenched in blood. Why? He managed. They started arguing with me. I lost my temper and I wanted their blood. Well, not me. The stone did. Why did you take it from Lupino? I had a plan. You had a stupid plan, she said. I'm going to go kill my father now. No, you can't. You'll just take his place. You'll become worse than him. Get out of my way, or I'll kill you too. You won't kill me, he said. And I won't let you kill the Emperor. Enraged, she raised the sword. You hate him too? He could sense the Iblis stone, yearning for his death. But she didn't strike. If you kill him, he'll destroy you. I know you. Shut up! She shouted, her sword trembling. I won't lose you again. Not for anything. Get away from me, he said, and he was very close. I can't lose you again. And he was in reach of her sword now. I hate him! I hate you too! I love you, he said for the very first time. And then she was weeping. He was holding her. The sword had dropped from her hand. He glanced at the Iblis stone. It was no longer the black of the void. It looked like coal. No. It glowed, like a cinder. It was crackling, burning, crumbling into ashes. You've always loved me, haven't you? She said. She was weak. The stone had taken so much from her. Always, he said. She staggered as he helped her up. Let me take you away. Where? The island of Avalon. The sisters will heal you. He will follow us. Then we need the Farfarer, the fastest ship in the Empire.
What the fuck is going on?
The Empire had seized his ship. They'd have to take it back.
What the hell?
Renato had a feeling that was the back door to something. But what? And there it was, his beautiful skycraft, the Farfarer. They would fare very far indeed, beyond the Empire, beyond the reach of the Empire, to the mystical island of Avalon. He didn't know exactly where it was, but he knew he could find it. And they would find peace there. Second star on the right, and straight on till morning, laughed Zenobia. And they laughed together for the first time in a long time.
stay away from the other guy's sword, you know?
Jesus. How was it any good? What happened? I tried to heal. What the fuck, man? Jesus.
But they did not go unnoticed. Scout ships lifted off, and the long lance of the Imperial flagship. Bernardo turned downwind to gain speed. The Raven ships could pursue, but they couldn't close. The Farspeaker croaked, "Return her and live!" "Go sacrifice yourself," yelled Bernardo. "Then you won't have her either." On the flagship, the Emperor was readying some arcane weapon. It couldn't be. It was the core. A devastating beam lanced out of the flagship. Renato zigzagged wildly to keep the Farfair out of it. Now the Raven scout ships were closing the distance, and the beam was getting closer too. Then came a blinding flash, and the air was searingly hot all around him. There was a thunderous, deafening roar. He could smell burnt oak and burnt feathers and burnt flesh. But when he could hear and see again, they were alive and unhurt. And they were alone in the sky. Zenobia embraced him. They had done it. Through luck and through love, they had won the war. "Avalon, here we come," he said as he held her arms wide at the prow of the boat and let her feel its speed.
Did it?
"Maybe the real Avalon is wherever we're together," she said. And so, after a bit of an argument, Renato and Zenobia went to one of the two Avalons. The one shrouded in mists, or the one in their hearts. But which one they went to, I'll never tell.
What does that mean?
He'd done it. He'd forged his own destiny. Well, he hadn't actually done it. But he knew what he would do. Renato smiled at the book. He practically wanted to kiss it. The kid's sacrifice hadn't been in vain. He'd saved the book, and saved the world. Renato owed him and his mother so much. Renato lowered the mainsail, and let the Farfarer shoot forward in the breeze. Second star to the right, and straight on till morning. This time, he would win.
This is not a complete story though. But I'll take it. I completed the game. Story is the Path of Destinies. Such a struggle. Oh my god. There's a reason I don't want to stop playing this game. It's good, it's fun, but Jesus Christ. What the fuck? I love this game. And I hate it so much. That's why I don't stop playing it, because I understood the concept. But I'm pretty sure this is not the most satisfactory victory ending. All I gotta say was, who the fuck will buy these games? These are okay, but they're not worth playing. Story is the Path of Destinies complete. Ooh. Oh. Let me check. I'm not gonna play this, but I wanna see what the fuck is new.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas.
I'm not playing, by the
It was
way.
time
Anybody who's
to
watching,
choose.
I'm not playing. I just want to see
The
the
rebellion
Iblis
was
doing
in
and
trouble.
the Skyriver is always
Ravens
active.
were scouting for the secret rebel base.
That made it okay, better ending.
They needed a game changer.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renata knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it
If
safely.
you look at the
Also,
drawing
a
perfectly,
temple
it looks
had
like a
risen
happy
out of
little
empty
face.
desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course.
Okay.
Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Okay, so this is the actual ending. Cool. And end game, guys. I just wanted to see what the fuck was up.